Welcome. Now, this time, this one wasn't as random. This live stream was pre-scheduled because I wanted to try a morning session to see if how many people actually come up. So, if you're just tuning in, I'm starting these new mini series of live streams just to see when you guys are online. So these will be public for, I don't know, maybe 24 hours after it gets published, and then I'm gonna switch it over to members only. So yeah, so I think every other day or so, I've been doing live streams. And every day is a different. Every session is a different topic. There are days where I do a couple of live streams, more than one. Today we're gonna talk about look at rotation matrix. Now, the previous session I talked about transformation matrix, and we converted this guy, which is this inputting, uh creating, not creating, manipulating the transformation matrix in the transform node by using Houdini expression. So we put sine waves and cosine waves in the x and y, and it resulted in this ball. Let me color this red ball going in a uh, circular animation path. Now, then I took this and we recreated it in VEX using the make transform VEX function. So this guy over here is using Houdini expressions, and then we recreated it in VEX. Now, there was a session in the middle where I used a look at VEX function, and that didn't work out. That's because the look at VEX function is creating a rotational transformation matrix. And these two, so let me, I should have launched this, the arrow thing, the arrow program. These two guys are both using transformational matrix. So this, even though it seems like there's a lot of uh, rotation in it, just because it's a sine wave cosine, it's still in the translate. You can see that in the rotate here. The rotate is empty. It's 0, 0, 0. The translate here actually is where all the interesting stuff happens, and that's where I input all the translate. It's actually translating from the origin, so it's rotating from the origin point, but we're not keeping the orientation. So anyways, that's a quick summary. Not as quick as I want, but today we're going to talk about the look at matrix, and this is actually rotating. It's actually rotating with orientation. So it actually keeps the orientation, which is the face value. So let's look at this. Now, I am rotating let's see. Let me just get this position ready. And I created this nice little app that was hopefully gonna help me so I can write stuff on here. Okay, perfect. Okay, I have to, but it's a little wanky because it's still in the works. I had just sort of got it working last night, but it was a lot harder than I thought. Though it allows me to draw on the screen, which is what I really want. Let me pick a color. Blue is. So let me see if I can draw this. So this is from 100. So this is the. So that's the Z. The X is here. Let me use a different color for So this is the X. So really it's saying from 100, which is over here. Let me use another color. I should have just stuck with the green. Okay. So it's saying 100. So it would be something like here. This is 100. And this is the from vector. And then it's going to vector. As you can see, the to vector here is grabbing from the P. And the P position is the position of the sphere going in a circle. So it's grabbing those two angles. And the sphere, it goes from here and it goes around. So let's say the sphere is over here-ish. There's going to be a circle here. So it goes from to. Now let me see if this is going to work. And then I'm going to play it. Okay, it is doubling. I noticed that the thing is doubling, but what I wanted to point out is how this is going in a circle. And then let's see, let's back it up. So this is the to, and this is the from. Sorry for this thing. The app is still a little wanky. I have to, there's a lot of bugs in it. I was hoping to have a drawing app so I can actually draw it out. Now, the from and the to, and that will give us, you feed those two vectors into the look at function, and it gives you a rotational matrix. So that's what it's trying to do. I'm going to just turn that off. So that's what the look at function is trying to do. It's returning a rotational matrix this time. Sorry, this is confusing everyone. Okay. But if you notice that this is actually, we know it's a rotational matrix because his head is changing, so it keeps the orientation. But you notice that he actually flips back, and that's because this sphere goes into the positive and negative. It keeps going back and forth between the two. Lucky 714, welcome. Great topic. We only see Houdini, by the way. Not sure if you have the stuff on another screen. Oh, is this not, oh, is this frozen again? Oh, this happened once again. This happened once before. Oh no. Do you see the rubber toy moving? I do not know why this happened. Let me pause this. Why is this happening? Oh, I think it's okay. 1 second. Let me restart my video capture card. This should take a second, hopefully. Okay, that worked. I think that it worked. Oh, it doesn't look like it's working. Is it? I am not sure. Okay, yeah, okay. I think now it's working. Okay, so I have this really complex setup just to let you know what's going on. I have this Houdini installed on a different computer and the streaming on a different computer. So there's two computers. The video capture card sends all the screen data over to the other guy, and this is because I used to have everything on one machine, and it was putting a huge load on the video card. And people were complaining every single time I cooked simulations that the stream would lag terribly. So this is why I have this, but it makes the setup really confusing just because the capture card may go wrong and who knows what. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know, Lucky. But I also don't know when you guys started to freeze. Should I just move on, march on? Let's see. So really, okay, I'll just back up to the more important part. The from and the to. So I was explaining how the from vector is static. It's 1, 0, 0. Let me use different. Okay, this. It is, that is the from. So this is the static one over here. And then the to, which is this, which is grabbing it from the P, which is the P of the position P of the sphere. So you can see that this connection's over here. And I'm grabbing the updated positional vector. It was like that from the beginning. Oh my god, from the beginning. Oh my god. Okay, so the summary will suck. Well, I'm gonna just march on because it's gonna be too long. And then it was probably the program that I was using that I just created last night. It was probably causing everything to crash. At least I'm going to blame that because it's something I was still working on. It's like a drawing program that allowed me to draw on the screen so I can explain things better. Still in the works. But anyways, this guy. So this is the blue one is the from, and then the orange is the to. The to is getting the position of the sphere, and then we're sticking the from vector and the to vector into the look at. Now the origin should be here, but I didn't really draw this correctly. Okay, it should be something like that, and then the blue should be extended over there. And it's going, let's see if I can play this. So this orange would be going around and around. Now the thing is, why is the rubber toy flipping backwards? Like it's going here and it's flipping backwards. If you noticed, every single time the sphere enters positive and changes to negative, it'll flip. Well, not really actually. After the 360. Actually no, it is the positive negative, sorry. Let's see. Flip. So every single time it enters the positive negative, if we now I had opened this ahead of time, if I can find it. The look at function says here orientates around the negative z-axis along the vector. My guess is behind the scenes how this look at function is implemented is that the from vector and the to vector is being compared to the negative z-axis. So the negative z-axis would be something going that way. And the from and the to is being calculated in comparison to that. So it's using that one as a reference vector. Now that we have the option of sticking a roll, an up or roll. Now, let's stick a roll just to help it know how to rotate the rubber toy. So we want it to roll on the z positive. So let's just put that. We don't need this. Vector roll sets z. So z positive. That's what we're looking for. So z positive would just be the opposite of this orange line. So he'd just be rotating like this. And then we stick it in. We look at this. It's the last parameter here. Oh, up is a vector. So the roll is not a vector. The roll I have this way too. These things are overlapping. The roll is a float. Let's use the up vector then. I didn't realize the roll was a float. Let's pretend it's up. So let's go like this. And I want to stick it at the end. Because the up is the y-axis pointing upwards. Now, what I want to point out is that this doesn't help much. What really does help is if we take this sphere and we're gonna, because right now this sphere is rotating on the origin. So it's pivoting over here. Now what happens if we take this and we just move it higher? Okay, I'm just gonna put it in here. Move up. I'm gonna move it up by 1. So here's where the sphere sits. And then we're gonna move it up. And then now it's rotating around this pivot point over here that's in the middle, but it's always on the positive. It's all positive, just to make like things much easier. And then let me it still shakes. Not what I expected. Let's see the roll one. Now, in my experimentation, it didn't rotate back. I'm sort of cheating right now and looking at my notes. Let's see. Let's take the from and convert it like this. Oh, the thing just snapped. 0.10100. Oh. Now these are the exact parameters I had in my testing. So this one, then it doesn't rotate. Then it doesn't flip over, which is rotating on the side. So this, okay, this makes more sense. It rotates on the side. The from is I'm grabbing the y. I'm aligning the from as the up. So the up never, I'm using the from as the up. So I really swapped the from and the up. But I think I can swap it back. And it should still have the same effect, hopefully. Now the rotation is a little weird, but the thing is it's not snapping. Is what I'm trying to really demonstrate, is that how this guy, the two vector is in the positive. Everything's in the positive domain, making the look at function a lot easier to calculate. All right. Yeah, so these live streams were meant to be really short. So it doesn't give me much preparation time either. So we're gonna have a lot of these like silly bugs here and there. But let me know if you like these, or if you want more of these really short and mathy. It'll allow me to tackle more advanced topics. Hopefully, I'll have more time to like prep them though ahead of time and get out all the bugs before showing you next time. So I'll see everyone in the next one.